And this one they've been planning on for a long, long time, so be furious to have to cancel it. And I hope they don't. It's just like, bring it on, let's see it, you know. We know, I warned, one of the first codes I ever did was that Washington, D.C. was going to get blown up during July 4th. I didn't know what year then. I don't know what year now. It could be this year. It could be next. And I talked last week about how they have plans to move the White House, the whole continuity of government thing, to NORAD in Cheyenne Mountain. Interesting that the other day I was trying to upload pictures of Cheyenne Mountain via emails, and I kept getting blocked by Yahoo and AOL, saying they couldn't upload my emails, so had increased the space or whatever. And so I would limit it down to one picture, and I still couldn't get them through. And so they're really giving me a hard time about uploading any pictures of Cheyenne Mountain. I even had pictures of Dulce, New Mexico. Had pictures of Dulce Lake in New Mexico. Spent a lot of time at Dulce Lake. Spent a lot of time out west, getting a lot of strongholds of theirs. And so it'll be interesting for this summer. Last week had a really quiet week. Almost at odds with myself even. It was so quiet. I was thinking, well, I hope people are preparing for the famine, because they're apparently not worried about Oregon. The Lord told me last night, I seen this, I ran across something in the codes, and just thought, oh, maybe this is one of those things that I'll see that doesn't happen, because normally there's events that can happen but don't, and then there's events that can happen. You never know what they're going to do until they happen. That's why you really can't use the codes as a determination of exactly what's going to happen in the future, because what they will list is plans. And so you'll see plans that they have, but you don't know if they're going to happen or not until they actually happen. And if they don't, then they've been scrubbed, they've been canceled or whatever. But what I saw was that felt for some odd reason, this is before I even saw it in the codes, to find out when the Talmudists were celebrating Passover. Because I kept seeing things about Passover in the codes. And I found out, I think it was April 27th, Saturday night was the last night for the Talmudist Passover. So I thought it was interesting because due to my quiet week, and then Talmudists observing Passover and the last date being Saturday night, what I had seen is that Cheney, and he's popping up more in the codes now because he's really mad, Dick Cheney had permitted my assassination during Passover. He allowed it, he authorized it, and you know what, Dick, I'm still here. I'm still here. Oh, much to his demise, I am still here. He can authorize all the assassinations you want, pal. And I'm still here, gonna stay here. No one taking me out until the Lord allows it or takes me home. And so one of the indicators that the Lord was telling me, instead of just telling me outright what was going on for the week, when it gets this quiet, know something's up. And so I guess I'll recognize that the next time. The Lord always works in various ways. He knows he could have just warned me, because he has before. I mean, these assassination codes, they're a dime a dozen. I've seen assassins come and leave my town. I'm still here. Cheney, you lose. I just think it's really funny, because he's popping up more and more in the codes now, Dick Cheney. Usually he's quiet. He doesn't I don't see his name a whole lot in the Bible codes. But when I do, I know he's up to no good doing something. So I thought that was humorous. I won't even say interesting, I'll just say humorous. Humorous, to whatever it is. Some interesting things I also saw. Ballot box 2009 fake. Now I know we're all surprised at that one. The ballot box of 2009 is fake. Really? You mean they're rigging the election? If we even have an election, folks. If we even have one. I find it interesting that even in the alien agenda, Obama's pretty high-ranking lizard. So I'm not sure between these two, Hillary and Obama, because Obama is such a ranking lizard. It's not going to last long, though. I'm still going to go with Hillary, simply because even if lizard Obama does make it in office, he's not going to last long. This Oregon is chasing all of them. It's going to chase all of them out of this country. You can't lead a country you can't live in. He's going to have a hard time because we've done our job and are continuing doing our job, Oregoning this country, and that's why I encourage everybody around the world to get orgo in your country, or you're going to be suffering because you don't. Several different invasions coming. You can read the book of Revelation, Joel chapter 2, Revelation chapter 9. You have the locusts. You have the northern army of Joel 2. These are aliens, fallen angel invasions. These are not Russians and Germans and things like that. Another thing that I found interesting, the whole problem with the Euphrates, the locust invasion that's coming, trying to set a timetable up, and one of the things I find interesting is that the whole rapture crowd, I know I used to be one of them in the rapture crowd years ago, most of them are talking about September when the rapture will come, because of the Feast of Trumpets. That's usually the doctrinal theology along the lines of that one. And wouldn't you know it, that is the exact same month the Satanists have plans for hundreds and thousands of years to bring this Sananda, this fake Jesus, down to earth as Jesus, as the Messiah, the Son of God. And we know his name's Sananda, and we know the picture that Michelangelo drew in the churches today is not Jesus, the Son of God. It's this Sananda, this one of Satan's ascended masters, one of the leaders in his hierarchical of ranking fallen angels, whatever. They like to call themselves ascended masters. He's supposed to come and play Jesus for the Protestant, the church crowd, the Catholics and the churches, and the Catholics will have Eve coming as Mary, so everyone's going to be happy. No one will be left out. So you can all be deceived. You can find your deception. But they plan on bringing this Sananda in with his angelic hosts, warned about the Anunnaki that are 9-10 feet tall, and they're going to glow. They're going to have a huge brightness about them, and they can fake that. It's all a fake illumination. They're all these big time monoatomic gold snorters, and it makes them glow and look angelic. They have this whole facade planned out for the second coming of Jesus. And they've always had September has always been the dominant month. And so it's always been a dominant month of the churches at the same time to have their big rapture happening in September. And so you think, well, maybe the rapture will happen just right before Jesus comes. I can hear them all now. Here's another thought. Since the Satanists who run the churches, because they're all drowning in Paul, and Paul was a Satanist, what if they start listening and watching out for Benny Hinn or any of them, because I've always warned Benny Hinn is Satan's mouthpiece on earth. Watch for them to get on the UFO bandwagon, that the Lord travels in UFOs, that his angels need UFOs to travel in and all this, because what I'm thinking is that as much as I know about the New Age and how they plan to take off their light workers off of the earth right before this destruction is supposed to come. That's what they tell the New Agers, that UFOs will come and take light workers off the earth, because I've been warning the New Agers not to get in the UFOs. What if they condition all these Christians to believe that it's the Lord's rapture, with all these UFOs coming in the sky? And so all these Christians are running outside. Here I am, Lord, take me, I'm here. It's the rapture time. And gladly accommodated, Satan will take all of them. Just started to think about the correlation there between the preaching of the church's rapture, the preaching of the New Age movement that all the light workers of the earth will be removed by UFOs before destruction comes, and all of this happening in September, and at the time Jesus arrives. And we already know Sananda's coming as Jesus. I've warned you of that. So that's what I'm thinking. Because I already know, if you read that book, Mary Kay Baxter, Divine Revelation of Hell, and in the back of it she talks about how the Lord had showed her a vision of hell, and she was in hell for 40 days and wrote a book about it. It's on my website, SherryShriner.com. In the back of this, you can read it online too, the link's on my website. She talks about seeing UFOs coming into hell and unloading people off of them. Okay, so they're coming into hell, and she sees the UFOs stop, and all these people unload off of the UFO. And they're in hell. This isn't heaven, folks. This is not some kind of heavenly rapture. She's watching UFOs come into hell and unload all these people. And so that's exactly what's going to happen, folks, if you go out and get in these UFOs. You're going to be taken to hell. You're going to be taken to hell. That's nobody's fault but your own, because you wouldn't wake up. You wouldn't ask the Lord for truth. You decided to stay and drown in your own errors, heretical doctrines your entire life. And so just watch for that one. And